The number one most common thing, the most popular thing that people ask me is what was it actually like vlogging, filming, recording, documenting every single day, more or less, of my life for 4.5 years. And it's one thing that I've like touched on so many times lightly in videos, but I've never proper sat down and had like an in-depth long chat. And I wanted to make this happen, but I wanted to do it in a way where it wasn't just myself like getting interviewed or chatting about the topic. So what I thought I'd do is I would invite Zoe into the conversation, Louis, who daily vlogged every single day for even longer than me, my friend Louis Cole, Fun for Louis, and his girlfriend Raya as well. So we've got the perspective of me and Zoe, my girlfriend, who obviously was in a lot of the videos, Louis and Louis's girlfriend, who was also in a lot of his videos, and they even met on camera. Like the moment they met was on camera, all the way up until every single daily vlog of their entire relationship has been filmed. And then to make the conversation like flow better and just have like an outsider's voice into the conversation, I brought along my friend Dave Erasmus to just like keep it flowing and mediate, ask the right questions, ask things that you guys have wanted to know. So I put out a poll on my Instagram and I sent him all of the answers to go through. We also had it up on our phones a little bit as well, so we just had answering things that we knew people wanted to know. And we filmed this like probably 6 months ago now. Like we filmed it a long time, and I accidentally recorded it in the weirdest camera setting that basically means there was no audio, and the frame rate of the camera, it was a variable frame rate. So basically it doesn't sync up with the audio that I was recording separately. After months of trying to figure it out, I gave up. And somehow Louis managed to fix it. So Louis, I appreciate you putting so much bloody work into making the audio sync with the video. It means a lot, because otherwise the conversation would have been lost and we wouldn't have been able to have it again, because it's such a unique conversation with so many things that we discussed that we couldn't discuss again because it wouldn't be the same. It's a bloody long one, so grab a coffee, grab some snacks, grab your dinner, watch it whilst getting ready for work, whatever you want to do, maybe watch it in the bath. And I hope it just gives you like an overall insight into the reality of filming every single day of your life, because it's pretty raw, it's super open, it's super honest, a lot of like delicate topics that I haven't really touched on too much before, but I feel I want to put the conversation out there because it's just like, it's open and honest. And I think for those of you that watch my videos when I did do every single day, it'd be nice for you to know the full picture. I'm making this sound like it's a bad full picture. It's not a bad full picture. The vlogging times were bloody great. We had so many amazing memories, but it's just such an interesting, you'll see. I hope you enjoy. Here we go.
This is a very exciting video. Last week we were out at dinner, the 5 of us. I was fifth wheeling, and I said to these guys, well done on surviving that daily vlogging life. To which these boys responded, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. It was tough.
It was tough.
And so we thought, actually, this could make a fantastic video just to explore life after vlogging, because not everyone knows that you're not daily vlogging and you're not daily vlogging. So why don't you just start with that? When did that finish?
I don't even know how long I vlogged for. I think I vlogged for like 3.5, 4 years, the majority of days, and then stopped like 8 months ago.
8 months ago.
I still do like probably like 2 days a week.
This is like a Vloggers Anonymous, isn't it? It's like, my name's Alfie Days.
It hurts me to say I stopped. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same. I reckon started a bit earlier than you, but then probably ended a bit earlier as well. I reckon the last 1.5 years it's been more sporadic.
you're more consistent though.
Very sporadic.
I have days off, like probably like 2 or 3 a month.
Yeah, no, for a long time, I reckon for like a 2 or 3 year period, I pretty much didn't miss a day, which was
Crazy.
intense.
Which was fun.
which is great.
And that is what this
Just fill in the
conversation
blank. Yeah.
is for, is to unpack the reality of what it's like to live together, making videos yourselves, but with and in amongst daily vlogging. So we're going to be asking some questions. You guys have submitted some questions and thoughts, which we'll pull up on our phones. But I'm going to start by just saying, this is just fantastic. What is what do you think the hardest to the girls? This is to the girls, and then to the boys.
Okay.
What do you think is the hardest thing about living with a vlogging addict?
You go
A
first.
vlogging addict.
Well, our situation, I don't know if you were vlogging when you guys met or like started dating. So the moment we met is on camera. So literally from like the very first moment, it's
Shit,
been
that's cool.
daily
See, that's why
vlogging.
vlogging's sick. You've got the moment on camera.
moment.
That's sick.
Yeah, that is really cool. But I think
Our first date.
I think the hardest thing was navigating like getting to know each other, trying to figure out if we wanted to be together while daily vlogging
And pretending that we were just friends.
Yeah, we didn't say that we were dating for 6 months. So like dating, traveling together. So that's obviously such an awkward and weird time anyway, but doing that while there's like millions of people watching. It felt like there was another person in the relationship, which was 2 million people, basically. In most situations, it was like, oh, it's us two and the people that we're sharing it with. When we announced it, it felt like, you know, when you change your status on Facebook, but times 2 million.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
So yeah, I think that was it.
I'm trying to think what the hardest thing I think. I
You
think
go
it
for it.
is. I think it is that feeling, like you said, of feeling that there's another element to your relationship that's so weird to get your head around because you know you're living your life and you're together and you're in a relationship, but at the same time, there's this other little part of your relationship and your day every day. But isn't just the two of you, and that was probably the hardest. But also when you, like, Alfie was very like into it. Like if he didn't have a vlog edited by a certain time, he would wake up and be like, new vlog at 5, and it would be like 4, and he'd be like, I haven't started editing yet. And the like pressure that he would put on himself to A, have content, B, have it edited, C, have it ready to go and that people would enjoy it, and then that it would like be well received or that it would get the views that he would want it to get. That's such like a huge part of every single day. And that stress on you, I think, was really hard.
And you don't even get a chance to like enjoy it. It's uploaded and you already have to be
On to
halfway
the
through
next.
filming the next one. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That turnaround is so tight
Yeah.
and so quick and so stressful. And if you're having a day where you wake up at midday, you don't really have any plans and you need to have like something done in the day, and we weren't really doing anything, you'd be like, oh well, today's gonna be boring. Like, I'm like, but that's just life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just the filming and editing that can be the stress, but
Yeah.
it's more like actually centering
content.
a day around, okay, we have to capture something interesting.
And everyone's day is centered around that, because we would go on trips with our friends, and it would be like, all right, Louis has to film, so all of us have to like make sure that we plan fun stuff. So
You've been in that situation a few times too.
It's the same, like your family used
Yeah.
to be like, are we going to the cinema because we all want to go, or is this because you've got nothing to film for the day? Like,
I
it
was
makes
cautious
everyone
of that a
question it.
lot.
Yeah.
I would like hang out with friends a lot and not film, and people would be like, why haven't you got your camera? I'd be like, because I didn't want to film it, and then you think we're only doing it for my content.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, it does make you do a lot of fun stuff. It does make you live like a very busy life. But yeah, I think I don't mind filming, or didn't mind filming like a boring day. But people often think that the edit and the filming is the hardest bit.
Yeah.
But for me, it's being the audience wouldn't mind if I uploaded a more boring day, but that's not as fun for me to make. So I didn't want to make that. It's not so much that the audience didn't want a day where we're chilling on the sofa, but if my job's making videos, only making fun, cool videos, and editing a video of us sitting on the sofa isn't fun to edit. So it's also flipped it the other way of like, I want to enjoy this, and when I'm filming us cooking dinner and chilling on the sofa, that's not enjoyable to make a video.
do you feel like your standards just kept getting higher and higher and higher because you had to kind of outdo yourself as time went on?
As a whole, yeah. Individually, no. I was aware that like I'm happy to have chill days, but as a whole, I think
Because for you,
Probably.
that was a huge. I mean, when we met, you were just filming on like a tiny point and shoot, and then it was like
With
drone,
the quality
GoPro.
with the quality
Yeah.
of filming, it was like everyone's uploading higher and higher and higher quality vlogs, all the cinematics. And I'm like, oh man, I've got to up the game, got to up the game.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then it's
you'd
just
carry
like-
2 cameras around like.
You
one
had
on
a-
each hip.
But
Holsters.
I really miss the days where it was just the little Canon
Yeah.
point and shoot.
What about then? Let's get into the goss of it. So when Alf or Louis under pressure, behind on the vlog, behind on the edit, and then obviously they just want to slap that up there and get it up on time. That obviously means that the time for you to have a chance to look at what they filmed of you probably is not there, is it? And I know because I've been in the position too that, but must be much worse for you guys that they must have put stuff up on their vlogs that you just do not want up there. What comes to mind?
I think sometimes I'd film. This is a wide angle lens, right?
Yeah.
Tell me when I'm right on the
this is
edge.
the
Tell me when I'm
worst.
right on the edge. Am I right on the edge here? Yeah, a little bit off. Okay. So when you're right on the edge of the wide angle lens, your face like goes like really wide. So sometimes I'd be vlogging away. Ryan would be like minding her business in the corner, but it would like
Yeah.
stretch
Just
her
like
face.
potato head. Yeah.
Also, it is that awkward thing in the back of a vlog where you're like, am I in the
know.
video?
Yeah.
Am I not in it? Shall I smile? No,
Yeah.
am I? I don't know.
You know now what I would want in, wouldn't want in, like, because there's been so many years of why have you uploaded that? Like,
Yeah.
hate that you've uploaded that. Alfie's like slowly learnt, but I think as time went, I didn't care as much in the beginning because it was like daily vlogging. Oh, that's cool. This is fun. It doesn't matter what you put up. Like, just throw it up. And I think as it started becoming such a huge thing in our relationship and like the pressure of like getting the video up and it being like a more serious thing, but also I think sharing your life with so many people, with them it's exciting at first too, but then it's like they start like picking things apart, like look at her face at 12:10, she looks so pissed off, or they've clearly something's happened here, or when people start picking it apart, you get more self-conscious about what you're doing like in the background. So I think as time went on, I got more and more like, why have you uploaded that? I hate that. Or if I was having like a bit of a low like month with like self-confidence, I'd be like, I don't really want to be in it as much, like don't film me today. But I think
And then they'd be like, oh, Zoe must be
Obviously,
in a mood because she wasn't in the vlog today.
yeah,
or something.
or they're clearly breaking up, or
Yeah, clearly, yeah.
something really serious has happened here, or like you'd film with Rochelle, for example. She would come down for the day, like any female friend, and it would be like, oh my god, Alfie's there's clearly something going on here. But I think conversations is the hardest thing. Like when someone whips out a camera, the whole room has to then become aware that someone's filming, and it's that weird like, oh, okay, stop the conversation because the
I like
camera's up.
background
So-
conversation.
Yeah,
much
background
background
conversations.
Yeah.
Not that we talk like I talk about horrific things in the background, but it's like personal conversations with a friend, or they're telling you something that's personal, and you have to be like, oh, just pause there for a minute.
Yeah.
Alfie's vlogging over there. Like it's. I think that was like, still to this day is probably the one thing we have to check the most is like what people are saying in the background.
And what about friends outside of YouTube? Because obviously if you're all making videos one way or another, then you kind of all get used to that subculture. But what effect do you think it had on your friendships with people that aren't in that world? Because that's obviously a very abnormal thing. Like people, if someone's like interrupting a conversation for anything, that's like can really jar things. Do you think it's had a negative effect on other relationships, or a positive one because they enjoyed the fun of it?
I think when I was like religiously daily vlogging, some friends who had said to me, I don't want to be on your vlogs, I just didn't hang out with. So it definitely affected the
Yeah.
friendship.
I cut out a friend hard. Like, it's funny looking back because we're friends now. But yeah, one of our friends like was in the vlog or something, and someone was like tweeting, and he replied to her tweet like
To a viewer.
pretty aggressive to her. Like she said something about him being in the video, I can't remember. And it was just a school friend. Like he's not social at all. Doesn't even have Facebook actually. And then he went in on her on Twitter, and I rang him up. I was like, bro, that's not cool. And he was like, well, I don't care. And I was like, yeah, done. Didn't speak to him for like a year.
Wow.
I was like, you don't do that. Like, if you're hanging out with me, that's me.
Yeah.
That's part
part
of
of
it.
it, yeah.
You don't speak to someone like that. I was like, if you don't like what they said, that's cool. But you're like 22 or something at the time. You're old enough to know better. Don't be like speaking like that to people.
How did you
Cut 'em out.
reconnect your friendship in the end then?
Didn't we just play poker one night?
Okay.
Typical, like, boys making friends.
That would be such a bigger deal for girls. Yeah.
I used to start and end every video
In bed.
in bed.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird. I filmed in bed with like, Zoe's probably 26 at the time, I was probably 22, and I'm filming in bed.
It's
Like,
very
that's
intimate. There was no.
weird.
I feel like for a long time
Yeah,
there were no
that's
boundaries,
Yeah.
but you weren't aware there should have been any.
Yeah, because it was
'Cause you're
such
so
a
in
new.
it.
Yeah, it was also such a new thing that you're like, oh hey. You're like, you don't really know. There's no rules, so you're just making it up. Like,
And the more you give, the more better response, the
Yeah.
more you're enjoying it. It's all just like a
But
bubble.
then the more people feel they know everything as well.
Yeah.
but it also means anytime you're having like date night or anything, it was always just like quickly whip the camera out, like film a little bit. It's like there's no divide at all.
Someone said to me, someone tweeted actually when I tweeted saying, "Has anyone got any questions?" Someone tweeted me saying, "Did you have any rules? Like, were there no-go areas or things like this does not happen for the vlog?" Did you guys have any of that?
We had no kissing.
Yeah, we've never kissed on camera.
Really?
Had to cut
In
out
the
the
background
sex
of
as
other
well.
people's.
Film the set.
No sex. No kissing. No
That's more of a
sex,
YouTube vlog.
Yeah.
No nudity, although my boob has popped up in a few vlogs.
Filmed Zoe's nipples twice
Um,
and uploaded it and had to take it down.
I think I don't know. We didn't really have any rules. I think
Why did you do the
We
no
didn't.
kissing rule?
we felt like that was something we wanted to keep to like for us.
Not even
Yeah.
little peck and like.
I think we've done like
Not on the lips.
You love a kissing
we've never kissed
Instagram.
on the-
We do.
You do love a kissing Instagram.
I don't know.
I
Yeah, but
think
that's
it-
kind of why I'm thinking.
Yeah,
But
because
in
it's-
the
that is a very
photo, it's
intimate.
different. I think if you're filming yourself kissing someone, I don't know. It just felt like the one thing we were like, let's keep this just for
Yeah,
us.
Whilst at the door, I've decided I think I'm going to start vlogging again.
Bye.
It's just bringing back so many positive memories.
Yeah, what would you girls do? We were like, yeah, we're going back to daily vlogging.
I would have to say I'm not sure about that.
Do you know, we're actually, because you really just announced the end of the day. Even though you've been slowing down for a while, you're shifting up your content for the first time,
Yeah.
like very recently.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of trying to figure that out right now. I think because I've just known, like, for example, we live in LA now, but we still travel quite a bit. And now I'm like, I don't even know what our travels will look like.
Yeah, because she's like, surely you'll be daily vlogging the travels. I'm like, I don't think so. Like maybe I was thinking maybe for like could throw it up on Instagram TV or something, but I don't really want to make my YouTube channel about the daily vlogs.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, I think this is an interesting shift for us because I'm still vlogging the travels as well. So that's like, I think.
Nola, come here.
Nola,
Come here.
Come on.
Come here. What's this?
come on.
What made you want to stop daily vlogging? Like, what made you go, okay, no more?
I think the excitement. I'd lost the excitement and passion for it a bit. I think the beginning was like so exciting. Who knows where this is going to go?
Not many people were doing
Yeah,
it.
no one's. It's unique. I can't see anyone doing this exact same thing I'm doing, really. And then it's like building momentum. Like I just feel like, oh, this is just like this amazing wave. And then it kind of leveled off, and then a lot of people are doing it. It feels less unique, and it feels like, okay, a lot of people are doing this now. And yeah, and it's just slightly less exciting. I can't quite see where it's going.
I don't think people realise how much of your time daily vlogging takes up, so you just can't do anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Sleep
like, oh, I want to
deprivation.
start the secrets out or whatever. I'm like, oh, I don't have time. Oh, I want to, I don't know, invest in this or do this or spend some time here or, oh, I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, Alfie, can you come film for my channel for the? No, I can't because then I don't have my video. Like,
Yeah, I
it's
hadn't thought about
so
this. It's
limited, you
headspace.
cannot
It's
do
like it's even headspace.
You can't
and
even
time.
think about anything else.
Yeah.
You can't plan something that you want to come out in 6 months and actually work incredibly long on it
Yeah.
because you don't have the time.
So it's like the creative cost or the
It's just
long-term
that.
thinking.
You either want daily vlog and nothing else, or you can do a bit of whatever you want.
Yeah, that's how I didn't understand how so many YouTubers were writing books when it was all the trend
Yeah.
of people writing books. I was like, I can't write a book. I can't even read a book. Like, do you know what I mean? I literally didn't think I read a book the entire time I was doing it.
Yeah,
Have
that's
you
why
read
my
one
books have
since?
like
Yeah,
9
but
months.
audio book. But still, like, I wouldn't have even had time to listen to an audio book. When I was
Yeah.
daily vlogging.
Yeah.
But I feel like it becomes so consuming, and like you just said,
Yeah.
your mind, it's so not good for your head.
No.
And I could see the difference in you when you started getting really into it, and it became like this obsession. Yeah, like it was like an obsession. It was like the first thing you thought about when you woke up, the last thing you thought about when you went to bed, and it was like, where's the time where you think about yourself? Where's the time where you think about me?
But when you're saying that, I'm like, I like the vlogs. Like when you're in it, I spoke to somebody about it the other day.
See that.
Yeah.
He said like, but I've done 13 days so far vlogging and I'm really enjoying it. And I went, that's the danger. Is you will love this so much that it comes
so
before
selfish.
anything. I said, you will
In a
just
nice
love
way.
it. That's the risk. It's not hating it and having to carry on. It's not struggling this. It's enjoying it so much
Nothing else matters.
that you prioritise it.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's the danger. I still love it now so much, but I know that it's like a treat.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much everything you've described sounds like addiction. I mean, I've never thought of it in that way. Like, that I've never thought.
It is addictive.
But but think about it. You love it, but it's destructive for other or distracting at least from other parts of your life. Could be destructive. It's you know, you're not really aware of what's going on, but it really gives you all the kicks you're looking for, and now you do it every now and again as a treat, but you've got to be a bit careful. You know, it just sounds like addiction, and it's
Interesting.
yeah, because I guess it's so rewarding and gratifying.
One thing that I've never spoken about, so many people when I stopped vlogging were like, oh, you just stopped because now you've made enough money, like it's all about the money. And I'm like, no, me stopping, I now earn less money. The less I upload, the less views I get, the less money I earn. This is not positive for my income, me stopping daily in. So I just want to throw that out there, because so many people are like, oh, you've stopped because of the money. No, literally the opposite.
Like you had a target in your
It's
head,
like
and when you got to it, you're like, yeah, now I can't.
the
Now I'm not going to do it
opposite.
anymore. That's
You
not quite
earn
what-
less money now.
It's kind of different, but when we traveled full time, in a similar way, when you travel and we're in a different country almost every week, your mind is completely taken up by travel, and kind of like vlogging, like you don't really have time to think about anything else. Relationships can kind of become second. And what I've realized is since moving to LA, and you feel this as well, like for the first time for me in 4 years, I've been able to zoom out, because you don't have to think of that daily, like where are we getting breakfast, what are we doing? Because with that, whether you're vlogging or just traveling, it's like still that like crazy pace. But when you actually just pause, both vlogging, traveling, whatever, it's the first time I've been able to think like, okay, who do I want to be as a person? What do I want to do with my life? Like all of those questions, you don't really get a chance to ask. You don't even realize you're missing it, but something kind of feels like something like a depth is missing. And then when you're able to zoom out for the first time, you're like, wow, I can actually kind of plan my life and like have those deeper relationships and conversations and all, like that depth. I think is the first time for me stopping traveling like full time, and I'm guessing stopping vlogging, you can kind of get to that level.
And setting long-term goals.
Yeah.
Because I'd only ever I think very short. Like, okay, I just this is today, cool, done the video, and it's also this thing of checking off the list that I've been productive that day, and I've made a video, and that's my identity. As like, I'm proud of myself because I've been productive today. Now sometimes I'll just watch TV shows all day, and I'll be like, am I a bad person because I haven't actually done anything?
It's true. It's a big feeling, isn't it, when it goes up online and you're like,
That's
oh.
the moment.
Yeah.
I had an assistant, obviously, at one
That's the
point,
kick.
who was
That
like,
is a kick. Pressing live,
and
like,
it being
Yeah,
on time
exactly.
as well.
Oh,
It
for
goes
you,
live
that was a
on
big
time.
thing.
Yeah.
I literally had somebody hired to just do anything
Took
that
me
would
out
benefit.
on dates. Joking.
No, honestly,
that would
last
benefit my
Valentine's,
vlog.
I got my assistant to organise our Valentine's
Oh.
night.
Yeah.
You've done the same.
He still gets people to help.
No.
Right, Ryan's like, did you
Like
organise this?
what?
And I was like, yeah.
No, I knew you didn't.
Oh,
Oh my
it was too good.
gosh.
Having help like that in life isn't just exclusive to daily vloggers. They like a lot
No.
of people when they get into high-end business and they're like want to have the most efficient days will just have a lot
But it's
of
hard
help.
when for you, efficiency is literally from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep.
Yeah.
That's when you start.
That's
You
when
live in a
it's-
bubble.
yeah.
Like literally,
That's
YouTube
the
is your life.
perfect
You
way of
live in a
describing it.
bubble. You don't do real life normal things.
And you
but
can't
you don't
really
even think
top
about
the
it. You don't even know it.
I remember we were on holiday and we were having a conversation about the future, and I was like, I'm never going to cook food. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to get takeout every day.
Yeah.
She was
I
like, what about
no.
kids? Like, you're going to just teach your kids to get takeout? I was like, yeah, I'm never going to wash up dishes. I was like saying
Oh my
this.
god, this is literally the exact same. I'm never going to do our washing.
Yeah, I'm never
Yeah.
going to wash
Why?
anything.
Why would I-
I'm
yeah.
never going to clean
I'm never
anything.
going to clean. I'm never going to do the washing.
Yeah.
Because it is just pure efficiency.
I was like, someone else can do that.
No.
It just.
No.
I know that now. But I wouldn't say I was like, it's not like an out of touch of reality
It's in a
of
bubble.
like that.
You're in your
It's
own
just
head.
because it wasn't to
It
have
is an
like I
efficiency
deserve it. It was
mindset.
just
Yeah.
pure. Now I can spend more time making videos.
Yeah.
It was like to benefit YouTube.
I think people from the outside, it looks like we're just like living our lives. To us, like every day we get comments, "Oh, you're just on vacation 24/7."
Your
So
life
it's
is
weird.
perfect.
Yeah, because if you talk about starting a you're talking about being an entrepreneur, starting a business, running your own business, working overtime, all that stuff.
Never
But
sleeping.
for most people, that looks like maybe being on a computer, like office call, and so it looks like work. But ours doesn't look like work on the outside, and so I think for people, they might even be watching this like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
If we can rephrase it like that, like imagine waking up in bed, getting out your laptop, like starting with emails right away, like all day, and then in bed, your partner's next to you, and you're like, yeah, I just got to finish. Like,
I'd
that's
often be in
crazy.
bed next to you until 4 a.m. editing videos.
Often,
I think
yeah.
Casey said that as well. He'd
You've
like
done that a few times.
go and snuggle, and then
Go
at
to
like
bed and then get out
at
again.
midnight,
yeah.
or like she'd go to sleep, and then he'd go. And
I'd
work
go
for
do
another
that to
3
get
hours.
more content. I'd be like, okay, Zoe's gone to bed now.
Go and film more.
We want to go do something. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
go out
I'm pretty sure I've done that as well.
all the time. Be like,
Yeah.
have a nice evening with Zoe. Go to bed. Go get more content.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is mad.
it is kind of crazy.
But I
That
couldn't
sounds
feel it.
like cheating behaviour. Do you know what I mean?
Sounds
That
like
kind
going
of
back to the casino to like
Yeah,
go
exactly.
gamble more and then
Yeah.
do it
when
like-
you're away from it. But obviously, I was hanging around all that time, and that it all made sense.
Did it seem
You've
weird
seen
to
me
you?
staying up all night doing editing and stuff.
Yeah,
or
you would
sometimes
Sneak
you'd
out
get,
of bed from being with me.
sometimes you'd get down in the morning if we were on a group trip or something, and I'd still be up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A few
But
times
did you
I'd
see
still be
that
up
as weird,
editing.
or did you just be like, oh, that's Louis doing the daily?
Well, the time I remember the most was when we did that Solvi World Tour
Yeah.
and went around all these places all around the world, and we're holding these big group discussions, like sometimes 100 people there. And at the end of the event, I was ruined. You know, we're just long distance flying. I'm like ruined, going to bed, sleeping 12 hours. Louis was then going in and editing the monster edits because he had
Yeah.
like 3 cameras
Like
rolling
5
for 2
hour
hours.
edits. Like
You
5 hour
filmed a
edits.
lot.
Yeah.
And then going to bed at like 4 or 5, and then up at like 9, and then we're getting another plane. And it was the closest I've ever watched, closest I ever got to sort of like actually sort of being in a relationship with a daily vlogger, because I was like, this is actually superhuman what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know how I did it.
It was
I'd love to
superhuman.
know how much money you spent on energy drinks and coffee in those
Yeah.
years you daily vlog.
And fast Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and
While
I honestly think I had long-term sleep deprivation, and I think I remember actually watching a video someone sent me about how good sleep is for you,
Have you
and,
got- have you
and
read
I
the
remember
book?
watching it and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm killing myself.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely remember
Yeah.
thinking,
Yeah.
this is, I have to stop. That's probably the other
Well,
thing.
think
that made me
about, because
like,
by the end, your vlogs took on average about 5 hours to edit.
yeah, maybe
the,
3.
the big travel vlogs.
Yeah, if I'm doing a big, really hectic day with multiple cameras
Yeah.
and GoPros.
But think
maybe.
about it. Most people, around 5 hours, 5, 6, 7 hours is like a work day, and then they'll have the lunch break in between.
Yeah.
But that is just the editing. That's not any of the filming and like setting up all like
The planning.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it would take like 2 hours just to dump all the footage. If I'd had a long day, it'd be
Yeah.
like another SD card, and like switching
Yeah.
all.
I mean,
Gearing
that-
up for a night of editing.
You daily vlog Christmas usually, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what was that like when both of you were daily vlogging?
Oh,
Oh, what, during
Alfie
December?
hated it.
Did
Would you
Vlogmas.
argue
Hated
like
it.
about whose
Yeah.
thumbnail would be
Yeah.
what?
Bro.
Hated it.
What time
You'd be
did
like,
you,
no, I'm vlogging this bit. You
what
can't
time
vlog
did
it."
you upload every day?
4 o'clock.
And what time do I upload every vlog?
6,
5.
5.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Yeah.
Zoe
Yeah.
gets all the views. But I'm like, you can't every December just trump my upload time. I'm going to change till 3. But I can't because it's every day for 4 years it's been 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have to match me at 5. Like, no. I'm like, you can't upload the same video as me an hour early.
But also, I love that you're like so in the bubble. You don't even think about the fact that there'll be people following you that don't follow me. Or
Yeah,
people
but
following
at
me
the
that
time,
don't
I'm
follow
like-
you.
You can't
We have
do
that though, for sure. And because obviously my channel is like a lot smaller than yours. So for me, I'm like, if you upload first, literally no one would even.
See, I don't think it's gonna. I don't think. It's
Oh,
like
that's the
that.
same with me and Zoe. If she uploads in Vlogmas first,
Yeah.
I'm done.
But I
Yeah.
used to be like, why does that stress you out so much? Like when you do it every single day of the
Yeah.
whole year, and I have this 30 days where I'm like, I just this is the only 30 days I do it.
But
wouldn't-
was
I
it
wouldn't care now.
true that if she uploaded first, you wouldn't get as many views?
No, it was never
Because
true.
remember when we all vlogged
Never.
together places, people would
People
love
watch
watching
all
Yeah.
of them. Pre-Vlogmas at the start, not the last 2 years, but any that I've done before that, it
Yeah.
would be like those first couple of days, me and him barely spoke. We would argue,
Wow.
he would be sulking, like, that's the reality.
Because I'm just like, my channel's
That's the
about to
reality.
get done
Yeah,
for the next month.
There's one Vlogmas, I kind of want to find the video. It was like, we were in the house we lived in before this one,
Yeah.
and we had said we'd gone and got the Christmas tree, and we'd said we would decorate it. Then we'd had an argument about this, about
I don't
like
remember this.
about I'm not doing it then. We're hanging out less. I can't be with you or my family through Vlogmas then. Had this massive argument, and then I'm like really upset because I'm like, I just wanted to decorate the Christmas tree, and you said we would do it. Then in the end we do it, but we're still like a bit sulky, and I'm like, right, we'll time lapse that. And it's just now when I watch it, I'm
You
like,
just know.
I know.
Oh, you
that
were
no.
arguing through the time
We were
lapse.
Yeah, because I'm
arguing
like,
through the
who's
time
gonna,
lapse.
who's gonna get the time lapse of putting all the Christmas decorations on the tree?
And we'd
There's no point
often
both doing
set
it.
up
Care.
two
Yeah,
time
but it's the
lapses
same
from slightly
thing.
different
Yeah.
angles.
Yeah.
That's my time lapse.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
It
you
was
s-
almost worse if we were both doing it because I was like
Yeah.
stepping on your territory. It was like, no, I'm the daily vlogger.
Interesting.
It'd be interesting if you guys like told us in the comments what you like. Would you watch both videos? Like, what would your take be as the audience?
There's going to
Yeah.
be a
to
mix of
see-
people already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'd love to because we always like guess what people actually think. But if people could actually tell us,
I'm
I
a
think that'd
watch
be
both.
interesting.
If I see someone
Yeah.
else vlogging in someone else's video, I'm like, oh, I want to see like their take
Yeah.
on the day.
Is that the general rule then for you guys? Like, you would rather be the only vlogger in the room?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Like we both went on this thing with Sony. They took all these vloggers on this trip. I literally walked outside and there was, no joke, 30 people with selfie cam, like talking. I'm
Just
like,
too much.
I'm not going to vlog today. I literally
Yeah.
felt like that straight away. I was like, oh, this is horrible. I do not want to vlog. Because I thrive being unique.
Yeah. I did love though, like when we would travel together, I loved being able to make a little video, like a poem or something, that you would then point to.
Yeah.
And that was complimentary because it wasn't like,
Yeah, that's what
I'm
it was.
not
Like
vlogging the whole day.
Or I did it with-
we just filmed for like 20 minutes on this
Yeah.
thing.
Or I did it with Steve where I liked filming behind the scenes and then he would make a little lookbook video like dressing me up or something.
Yeah.
And then I'd film like the funny banter behind the scenes. That worked well.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
for us, like on our most of our travels, I would make one video for our whole week or something.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's like
like
a
me.
roundup video, and then
Yeah.
his would be a daily.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
But if it's like you're both walking, getting on the plane, and you want to be like, "Oh, Zoe, you excited?" And then turn around, Zoe's also like, "Oh, I was walking on the plane, Alfie." And
Did
it's
you
like,
ever do the
both got
goodbyes
there.
or hellos, but you'd be having to both do it? Be like, hey, Alfie, and then you'd be filming that, okay, I need to say hello to you now for my vlog. Okay,
Yeah,
hi,
or
Alfie.
like the real goodbyes and then
Yeah, the
film
fake
goodbyes.
goodbyes.
Like that still happens sometimes,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to say, because it feels
That's-
weird to just be like,
Yeah, to
See you
film it and then
later.
walk
Yeah.
out.
And if I'm meeting someone new, especially another YouTuber, I won't film them now.
Yeah.
'Cause I think back in the day when I first started, I had no idea. I remember at Playlist Live or something, like it was Tyler's birthday, and I hadn't met him, and I was just like filming everyone partying together and like just
Yeah.
everything. And then the next day, there's all these like gifs of like him drunk or something, and he was like, "What happened?" I'm like, I don't know. I was just filming
just
everything.
vlogging, bro.
He was like, "No, you can't
Yeah.
film that." I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's right."
How many things have you leaked
So
accidentally?
many.
What kind of thing?
You're the worst.
the king of
Bad.
leaking, I feel like.
The problem
People
is
waiting in the
Lily's just
lobby.
really oblivious in general. So when it comes to vlogging, like
Someone could be naked behind me in the vlog, and
Straight
actually
up.
there is a vlog. Do you remember when you got hit 1 million subscribers in the on the
Oh
On the
hot
hot
my
tub
god!
night.
There's
Yeah.
a topless girl behind us, and
the vlog?
I didn't notice in the edit. A girl literally goes fully topless. But anyway, I just didn't notice, and then people are like, "Oh, she's naked in the background." I'm like, "What?" And then I look in the vlog and like, "Oh yeah, I just didn't pick up on that at all."
no.
Like,
But the other day I was wearing a dress for the entire day, and then like 6 p.m. Louis like, "That's a really nice dress," and I've been with him all day, and he just didn't notice.
like, did you just put that on?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
So,
a
yeah.
dangerous combination.
Yeah.
Films everything, knows nothing
Yeah.
about what's going on.
Yeah. In the days where you got
Oh
really
yeah,
stressed,
super stressed.
you almost kind of put it on other people sometimes as well, where you're like, "Why haven't we done anything?" And we're like,
Yeah,
"Well, it's
so
your
about
vlog, so like it's not up to us
That's
to
so
do
true,
something
you
Yeah.
exciting."
I'd get annoyed at other
Yeah.
people if
Pressure
they
would
were.
come on me as well. It'd
Yeah.
be like,
Everyone was just chilling
We
on
need
me,
to
like,
do
why are we
something.
chilling? Let's go do something. Come on.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's
Come on,
not
hurry.
up to us to be planning that.
Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Thank you.
So I have a couple of good questions.
There's some healing. There's some healing coming through.
I think one of my
It
questions
is.
actually, just from me,
Yeah.
is did you guys ever feel like, not that you should have, but did you ever feel like, I wonder what this feels like for us? Or like, did you ever think, oh, this can't be good for...
I think if I ever had little feelings like that, it was mainly trumped by the thought of, yeah, but like this is just who I am. Like, so you have to accept who I am.
That's like you.
Either that, or I'd be editing the video and see how much fun we're having, because the vlogs did bring so much fun. There were so many great times.
I know the times where it used to shock you, like if Alfie was filming something and he would say something like a bit rude, or we'd have like a bicker on camera, because you're in that moment and then you carry on, then when you would edit it,
Yeah, quite a few times.
he would watch his behaviour and how like stressed he would get about like his vlog, like to me, because he
Yeah.
filmed it. Then as he edited it out, he would
I'll
come
be
and
like,
find me and
"I'm
be like,
sorry."
I'm so sorry. When you stopped daily vlogging, did you feel like a failure or like you'd completed something?
I felt for a long time, maybe months after stopping daily vlogging, I felt very agitated. Like I'd be sitting there like kind of almost that withdrawal, like really strong
Ready.
withdrawals of like, I should be doing something today,
Yeah.
and feeling like anxious, the same anxiety I had when I hadn't done something on a day where I was like knowing I needed to film something. By the time it gets to like 3 p.m, you haven't done anything, that kind of feeling
Yeah.
where you're like, we need to get out.
Yeah.
And I felt that for months after stopping.
You kept doing things like going to grab your camera and then being like, oh.
I kept on, like going to film, like I'd get like a really nice dinner in a restaurant, I'll be like, oh, I'm not filming it anymore. Like go to film
Yeah.
the food, definitely. But also like, I didn't see it as a failure at all, but what I massively felt, and only just really like not feeling it recently, is like, what kind of videos should I make then?
Yeah.
All I do is I missed a daily vlog. Don't do that now, what do I do?
Yeah, same. But for me, that's potentially exciting because it's like, oh, it's a whole new.
Yeah, but then if I
potential.
like didn't know the answer that week, I'd be like, oh, no videos for a week
Yeah.
because I don't know what to do because I don't daily vlog now.
To follow on from that question, someone said, Zoe and Raya, have you noticed a difference in them since they've stopped daily vlogging?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Completely
Same.
different person.
Same.
Yeah.
So negative now.
Yeah.
I feel like I
So
have
lazy
a real... I feel like I have a real version of you now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty
It's the
deep.
depth, I think. Like
Yeah.
you finally get, and when you're in conversation, you can have like a 2-hour-long conversation that can go really deep and be really interesting.
So
Yeah.
much more present now.
Exactly.
What about if you watch my old videos or if you watch Louis? Do you see that and be like, yo, he was not aware then? Like, do you almost see that as like, not negative, but like, yo, that reminds me of when he was much more like on. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like I have a moment, like a year, where if I looked at any of those videos, I'd be like, that was not... You were gone. Like, behind those eyes, nothing.
Oh my god!
behind that good morning, guys! was me like, fucking hell.
Let it all out, Zoe. Let it all out.
No, but I feel like, but after that, I feel like we had a very serious conversation where it was like, this is not good.
Yeah.
And then after that, it slowly got better. So
The more you then put your presence into the digital space, the less presence you've got left for the people that you're in the analog room with. So then you're
Exactly.
trying to like get that balance.
Well, that's what I mean by it feels like there's someone else in the relationship, because exactly, you're putting the energy in. Also, if you're in a beautiful moment, even if it's like a sunset, there's a limited amount of time that's happening. So if you're sharing your time with that person, it does feel like, okay, so you're gonna experience that with them, and then we can experience it together. It literally feels like another person
Yeah,
that's like
it does.
experiencing
So she'd
things
turn
with
to me
you.
and be like, isn't this a lovely sunset? And I'd be like, yeah, this is...
Well, there was one moment. This is like when I think back to reality versus the vlog. We did a hot air balloon safari, and it was like probably like a 30-minute. It was like very quick thing, but super beautiful and visual.
Super stressful.
And yeah, because Louis,
I
that's
have
when
3
he was,
cameras rolling.
He was like 360 GoPro. There's so many cameras, and I get it. It was beautiful, and you're trying to capture
I wanted
it.
to capture every
But we
second.
literally didn't say one thing to each other.
Wow.
It's like we didn't experience it together at all. And I remember sitting there like, and of course I was filming a bit as well, but then I was like, this is probably the most romantic thing ever. This is like ultimate like honeymoon thing that you would do, and we didn't even do it together. And that's so crazy.
Sad.
And what was the
now
intention?
do you watch that back and you're like, oh, great moment, or do you just think of that?
I haven't
See,
watched that back.
I didn't realize.
No, he didn't realize.
Oh.
But and I think most moments are longer than like 20, 30 minutes. I think it's only when it's like such a quick moment, then it's like getting it on camera is first priority, experiencing with you is second priority. So it's like those really quick moments that I think I'm like, oh, that didn't really happen. But
Let's do a hot air balloon ride with no cameras.
Just one little
Just a
camera.
little
Just
GoPro.
little GoPro.
I just put the GoPro.
Yeah, when you said you had 3 cameras with you on the hot air balloon, I was like, where were the other 7?
well, the 360 was like 7 GoPros.
Oh yeah, that one was ridiculous. It was like a club, wasn't
Yeah.
it? That was crazy. Okay, here's an interesting one. Do you think it's hard when people deem your relationship as couple goals or perfect, and does it put pressure on the relationship to then be the way that they see you?
I feel less pressure to continue this image of perfection, but I feel more bad for the people watching, thinking that they're seeing everything, and then almost like setting this unattainable goal. Because I'm like, no, this is just like you said, like a 20-minute of the hot entire day. So if it's making other people feel like they're inadequate, then I don't like that feeling.
Yeah.
Because it's not showing the reality.
Yeah,
It's like the
sure.
Instagram
Yeah.
thing of like this perfect picture every day that's like not really showing the reality of.
And I think it's like I think what's hard as well is that you can say like, oh, we don't want to film the arguments, but then you also don't really want to talk about the fact you've just argued. So it's almost like you erase that completely, which is a bad picture to paint, really, because if we had a day where it was like, yeah, we're kind of sulking with each other today, we probably could have said that.
Yeah,
yet
but then
at
imagine
the
the
time,
comments
you
of
don't-
everyone
that's
joining.
what
I bet
mean.
Alfie did this. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, it probably
and
was
that's why we
yesterday
don't-
when Zoe did this.
Yeah,
Or like,
and that's why we never did, because actually to us it was more like if you
Messy.
give a little bit, people will take and
Yeah.
turn it into whatever they wanted. So in that respect, I do feel like we could have probably been more honest about certain things. We probably would be more now. Like the other day I filmed a vlog. I don't actually think I uploaded it. I think I chickened out at the last minute. I was like, oh, me and Alfie had an argument this morning, so I'm in a little bit of a pissy mood. Sorry about that in my vlog. And then I was like, oh no, I'm going to take it out because it just feels like, I don't know.
I used to
You
just see it
almost
as
just want-
unnecessary. Like it's not going to benefit the vlog, so therefore it doesn't need
Well,
to.
also-
If Raya suddenly wasn't with me like halfway through the day, I'd normally, and then she'd be like, no, I'm out, I don't want to be in the vlog anymore. I'd normally be like, oh, Raya isn't feeling well. So
every
she's gone back to the
time.
hotel, because otherwise people would be like, where's Raya gone?
Yeah.
But it's like only of explaining it, like instead of like, she just doesn't want to be in my vlog for the rest of the day.
But
Like, that's a weird thing.
that
to say.
didn't happen
Yeah.
for most of the.
No, it was
I think it was
near
nearly
the
the
end,
end.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely had like,
Yeah.
I'd go for a dinner with a friend and Zoe wouldn't come, and the comments would be like, oh, definitely her anxiety. She does find those things difficult. Be like, nah, she don't want to come for the dinner.
Yeah.
Like they try and think of some reason or
Yeah.
like.
I think my relationship
Something.
with your vlogs changed a lot as I feel like the audience changed or the comments changed or
Yeah.
something. But like I remember the very beginning, like when the first couple of weeks I was in your vlogs, it was just so new and exciting, and the comments like it was just all really
Like,
fun and
encouraging.
really positive. And by the end, I just didn't even want. I almost saw like the other side of Louis' camera as like a bully. There's just
Yeah.
so many negative comments that when you whip it out, I'm like, I don't really want to interact with you because I know that
you're
there's
a
going
I
to be
know
mean.
exactly that.
You know?
Yeah.
And like, I just remember if someone else is daily vlogging and it's not your choice to be daily vlogging, there's days when you're just not feeling great, but you're in the daily vlog because your partner's daily vlogging, and so many comments like, oh, Raya's like dragging Louis down and like she's in a terrible mood. And sometimes I'd comment back and be like, this is every day of my life. Like, do you not ever have days where you just like don't really feel like chatting? People just, I don't know, they just
Yeah.
expect you to be like on. And in
Yeah.
someone else, it's not even like, obviously when I choose when I vlog, but I don't choose when he vlogs.
Yeah,
And
so
that's
true.
super hard.
And I guess with the couple goals thing, like, we have a lot of people being like, oh, you guys are couple goals, your life is so perfect. But when I see a couple, but maybe that's just from my perspective because I'm just a bit older, I know they have arguments. Like, I know they have their moments. I don't want to see it to believe it. I just know it happens. So I hope when people do like see like the best bit snapshots, like the pictures we choose to upload, like the cute pictures, the pictures that we want to share because we love them, that they know there's moments to keep it very balanced that do go on, but you're not going to Instagram that moment, or you're not going to put that in a vlog.
Well, think of like so many people now are Instagram storying, so they're almost like daily vlogging, a little tiny taste of it. None of you would have a fight and then be like, I'm gonna do a story. Like, it's kind of a similar thing.
Yeah.
People are only storying nice things they want to remember, like enjoyable experiences. So I think hopefully some of you will like understand what that feels like with stories now.
Yeah.
Or like,
How can you be romantic if you daily vlog?
Ooh,
Put the
that's
camera away.
hard.
Yeah.
True romance, no camera.
Yeah.
Then you believe it
Definitely.
100%.
But wait, was that
Definitely.
Maldives trip romantic though? Even though we filmed it?
But we didn't film every day.
No, that's true.
But the amount of things that I've done, like I remember even when for our 5-year anniversary, I bought Zoe like a Nissan Figaro, like the old school little car,
Yeah.
and I filmed that process, and I remember being so cautious of like, I really hope Zoe doesn't just think I'm trying to get a banging video out of this. Like I really hope.
Yeah.
And luckily you like super loved it all and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
But at the time, like we said about the hot air balloon, I'm just like, but this is not a video idea. This is not a video idea. This is just like nice thing to do personally, but it'd be great to document and a vlog.
And it is
But
hard.
it's so hard to
the line is so thin
for you to not be like, oh, you just did
Because
it for a video.
over the 5 years or 4 years or however long you have been doing it, there have been times where I've gone, have you just done this because you've got nothing else to film today?
yeah.
Okay, I'm really interested. What do you think the most romantic thing that we've done together is? Because if I think about it, it was like when we went out to that platform in the Maldives and had dinner together. But then I was thinking, but as soon as we landed, I got the drone up, sent the drone
No,
out,
that was definitely not the most.
sent the
romantic
drone
thing.
out to get a shot of us pretending to have dinner together.
Pretending.
And then landed the drone, and then we actually had dinner together with a time lapse going. But if I think that, I'm like, yeah, that's well romantic. But
No.
maybe it wasn't. Now I'm thinking about it.
What's
Definitely-
our most romantic?
That's crazy.
I almost, it's like the ultimate romantic thing, not so much now, but then would have been for you to choose not to film to be with me. That is like almost
Dude, that's
the
like
ultimate.
So we've never had a romantic moment.
I'm like, give me an example of when that happened.
I mean, it didn't happen for a while.
I was going to say, I wouldn't be prodding that if I were you, Louis. That's not going to end well for you necessarily.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, hang on, no, that's
Yeah,
never
that's
happened.
literally never
One
happened.
Checking
day
anything.
when we must have had an argument about it or something.
We didn't argue every day.
No, there was a portion of our relationship where we argued about it a lot. Like
Yeah.
it was the only thing we really argued about. There was nothing else we really ever argued about. It was just that. And Alfie had taken the day off, so he wasn't vlogging, and he was like, "We're gonna do whatever you want." So I got to choose for the whole day what we did, and you didn't film it. Do you even remember that?
No. Because I didn't vlog it.
But
I
that
don't
meant
remember.
so much to me at the time because I was like, "Oh my god, he's like not."
Did I not
vlogging."
vlog that as like a
No.
girlfriend chooses what to do for the
I mean,
day?
you're probably itching
like,
your
surely that is a
camera.
video idea.
You're probably itching your camera in your back pocket
That's
all
nice.
day, but you didn't. And
What did
I
we
was
do?
like- I think it
Watch
was
Christmas
very-
movies.
Yeah, I felt like it was very basic. It was just like chilling out, getting a takeaway, going for a walk. We went somewhere for a walk. I think like up at the dike or something.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Yeah, even just going on like a 2 or 3 hour walk where you're like, no, I don't even want to take my camera. I just want to be here with you. That's like the most romantic thing. Then, I mean, now thankfully we get a lot of those moments, but yeah, because it was just so rare to have that.
At the time,
So probably when we were playing Pokemon Go together then. Right?
Oh my god, I actually love them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That probably was some of the romantic
That
part.
was like.
But were you
yeah.
thinking these things at the time, being like, I wish you'd put your fucking camera
Yes.
away?
Yes. I
Yeah,
was.
no, I mean, obviously now we're reflecting on it, and so it seems like we like
Yeah.
thought about it all the time. I mean, I would say like 90% of the time it was great,
Yeah.
and it wasn't really an issue. But it was mainly closer to the end.
I thought you were going
Like
to
in the Maldives,
90%
when
of
you're-
the time I hated it.
When you're at the restaurant in the Maldives, you just like put your bloody drone away.
I remember. I think
Yeah.
at one point I set it so it's automatically rotating, and I put the thing down. So I'm like, "Here we go, I'm present now," and it's like, yeah. But I'm like, because you don't have to control it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I probably anytime I had those moments, I said them to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Would you rather, ladies, they're like they both go. They wake up tomorrow. They're both like, I'm back on the daily vlogging
I'll
train,
blame
right?
you.
Yeah. Okay, but after that, after you blame me, would you rather them, as a compromise, vlog half the day every day, or vlog all of the day half the week?
Ooh, great question.
All of the day, half the week.
Yeah, like every other day or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Okay, so then when it's not vlog day, you know you've got normal expectations of how
Exactly.
they would behave and be.
Even
and
if there's still that half day, that's not.
Yeah.
It's
No,
still every day.
they can't
that
shut
won't
their
work.
mind
I'll
off.
be trying to
Yeah.
think about what half I want to film,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
what I'm going to be
too
doing
much.
in what
And then they
half.
could get caught off guard, like,
Yeah.
be like, oh, I'm filming, and like, oh no, like.
Yeah.
But also, it's the same. Like, you'd still have to edit every day. You'd still
Yeah.
have to wake up every morning. with
Reliant
the
on
camera.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna say I've never daily vlogged, but for a month I did every other day, and that actually worked really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I mean
Alright.
obviously,
Yeah, let's do
Every
it.
other day.
but
No,
maybe that's like an advice thing as well. If people are thinking about just start with every other, like don't go all in from the beginning. Just start with, because then it means like when you have friends or family, whatever, you can just know that you have a full day that you can
Yeah.
give to people, and it doesn't matter whether or not it's being filmed.
Like when I was vlogging, I never went for a coffee with my mum. Just, hey mum, do you want to go for a coffee?
I did a few collabs with my mum though when I was vlogging.
Well, yeah,
Oh my
same.
God.
You did too.
Yeah.
It would
You
be
did
like,
too,
hey, Mum,
bro, we
sorry,
did.
sorry we never go for coffee really casually anymore, but can you come and be in this
Yeah.
sponsored
Cooking
video,
video,
that I'm
yeah.
doing for Mother's Day?
Yeah, I did sponsored
Wow.
videos. I've done
Wow.
2 sponsored videos with my dad.
Wow. So I guess about the daily thing, like, so doing a day, let's say if someone did a day on, but then you knew the next day was off, that means probably you know what to expect as well. Like, you go
Yeah.
to bed the night before knowing when we wake up tomorrow, I can have normal expectations of you, and you don't get to play the trump card of, but this is just the grind, this is just how
Yeah.
it is. You're like, no, be a normal boyfriend, like,
Yeah.
treat me whatever.
I think the goal, daily vlogging, there is no end goal. It's
Yeah.
just repeat. Like I was chatting to somebody the other day and I said, do 30 days, and they're like, that's not enough. I was like, okay, do 100, but on 101 you do not film. And they're like, oh, but, and I'm like, you're gonna love it and want to film day 101, but you can't. You're doing 100
It is
So
like
if
an
there's like a
addiction,
goal-
isn't it? Like the way people
because you're
speak
gonna
about
love it, and you're not gonna want to miss 101 because then you can't say you've done a year without stopping, or you can't, like, you can't film 101 if you're saying you're doing 100.
Do you guys know anybody else that has, like, either their whole relationship or a whole, like, few years of vlogging where they've been together from start to finish and they're now successfully in a healthy relationship still?
Oh, you mean that haven't split up?
They haven't split up, but
Not
they've been through the
without
whole journey
not
together.
without marriage or kids, because that's keeping you in
Right,
harder than, like, Zoe and I could have broken up because at the
There's
time we
no,
didn't own
like-
anything together. There was no kids. There's no marriage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like
So-
with Casey, yeah, they've been together for a while. And, yeah.
Children.
It's true. Like
share
daily
property
vlogging,
together,
just girlfriend, boyfriend without kids or marriage. Don't know.
and
There
still
must
together.
be some out there.
Yeah, I'm
There
sure.
must be. If you are one of them.
Yeah.
There will be, but again, it might be like the whole vlog doing things. We could have easily done a girlfriend, like every Tuesday we do girlfriend and boyfriend Q&A. Every Wednesday we do a fun challenge. Every
If
Thursday.
there's a concept
But if
for
it's
each
like
day.
your life, I don't know.
But I would
Right.
actually say us having our own channels and our own things probably is what saved both of our relationships.
Yeah, yeah, we always kept what we did so separate. So even though like we're together in your daily vlogs quite a lot of the time, I had so much of my own stuff that I was doing. It wasn't like I got up every day as Alfie's extra.
Exactly.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
I'd purposely not
That
put you in
helped.
thumbnails. I'd stuff like that just to
yeah,
be
but
like,
you also
we are
purposely
not.
would put me in thumbnail, so it was like a balance, really.
Maybe
You can't
occasionally.
say you
Maybe
never
occasionally.
purposely put me in thumbnail.
But as in, it wasn't like, I don't think people saw my vlogs as Zoe and Alfie's life. I think
No.
it was Alfie's life,
Yeah.
plus he's in a relationship with Zoe.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was
And they
never
would
like
see our
couples.
relationship on your daily vlogs occasionally, and when I chose to
Yeah.
vlog occasionally, they could get a snippet of it. But then we both had our separate channels where it was just you.
Positive all round.
If a young couple walked in here and sat here now, like they're 21, they're still learning how to make money, their audience is growing, like they're within a year or so, let's say, of starting the whole digital journey, and they're like, so what do you guys now know from being through this journey for quite a while and not having any structure before you came into it? What, like, maybe one thing each that you might like
Oh, they're daily vlogging.
Well, yeah, maybe that's they're saying, shall I daily vlog?
How long have they been together?
They found each other in the last like year or so.
Okay.
The whole thing feels quite fresh and it's exciting, and they don't have money in the bank and they don't have a career behind them. They don't have, it's new, it's all fresh.
I think what Alfie said is that don't think about vlogging sharing your entire life start to end of the day. If you want to do daily vlogs or very regular vlogs, find a cool thing to do within that day and do it in those hours.
There's a couple. Is it a couple that me and you watch Morg? Where they go round to different mini golf courses.
And that's
they
the whole thing.
their thing is playing different mini golf, like putting, isn't
Yeah,
it?
find a niche.
And they're
find a
sick,
niche.
and their videos do so well.
Wow.
Wow.
And it's really cool because they're like doing like such regular content. The audience love and know what they're getting. But
We
it's
know a
not
few.
like,
We know a few couples that do travel pretty much daily vlogs, and they focus a lot of it on their food, the food they have each day.
Yeah.
really.
So it's all around like
And their
street
travel, yeah.
street food in Indonesia. Where it's like it's quite niche
Yeah.
rather than just like their whole day from start to finish. It's like
And I guess there's less focus on them as a couple then, because they have that thing that they're focusing on. So that's what other people will focus on when they watch it too.
yeah, and it still has the vibe of like them having banter together, and it's fun. It's they're a couple, but it's not like the whole waking up in bed together and going to bed.
And I think what that does is it gets rid of the voice in the back of your head, because if you know you're filming breakfast, lunch, and dinner, then if you go for a walk in between meals, you're not like, oh, should I be vlogging this? Because you're like, no, we only vlog meals.
yeah,
so,
maybe
yeah,
find a
you know?
niche then. Find that thing, crazy golf or food or whatever it is.
I think also just don't be so hard on yourself. Like it's literally like, if you want a day off, just have a day off.
Yeah.
Like you can stick to a schedule, but there's no like, you don't have to go all in. You can just be like, oh, I'm going to daily vlog. I'm going to upload
It's
them on-
easy for us to say that now,
Yeah,
No.
can you imagine if I
'Cause-
said that to you?
because when we
like
were
2
doing it
years
before,
ago?
we did go all in, which has helped us get to where we are now.
Yeah.
So it's hard if we were like, nah, don't go all in because
that's what
that's
you
not
did.
what you did. You wouldn't all
No.
in.
And at the beginning of your career, you want to go, you want to give everything as well.
I think my advice from like more of a kind of couple relationship mental health perspective would be communication is so important. If you aren't giving each other that time to talk about like real things and how you're feeling and is this okay with you and how do you feel about this, then you're both just in a bubble and it's not real. Like there's no like real element to it, and I think that's the key for us is when we started really talking about it, you could see like why a specific bit of a video I didn't like, even though at first you might just go, well, what's the issue with that?
And you have to be able to just say, I was chatting to somebody recently, and you have to be able to just say, if one of you says no to the bit not going in the video, that's not going in the video.
It's vetoed.
And
Yeah.
equally,
Yeah.
Zoe might have a bit that she loves in the vlog, and I say no, that's not going in.
gone. No
Both
discussion.
ways of like, if one plays the card, that's not going in the video,
Yeah.
or it's not, the tweet's not happening, the Instagram's not going up. If
Set
one of you can
boundaries,
always pull a card that
communicate.
is like, that, no chance.
Do you know what's
That's not
crazy?
what you're talking about.
Because we got into a relationship after I'd already been daily vlogging for like 2 years.
Yeah.
That in my head I was like, you're buying into this. If you'd be if you'd been like, I just don't want you to daily vlog, I'd be like, cool, we're not going to be in a relationship then. I literally would have been. I remember it would have been like as black and white as that, as like we couldn't be together if you weren't down with the daily vlogs. But now it'd be like if you were like, I don't want you to do YouTube anymore. Like it'd be more likely I'd be like, okay, let's figure something else out. But back then I was just like black and white, like it's the daily vlogs or nothing. Do you know, isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Because it was so.
It's just
like-
your identity.
Yeah, it was so my identity. Yeah.
I think for us, it was, we had to consciously, and that would have been my tip as well, like consciously put in 1 day a week, 1 meal a week, whatever, that you absolutely no cameras, no work, and you can just reflect and try to like zoom out a bit and think like a year from now, where do we want to be? Like, are we working towards all those kind of conversations? Because for us, even now, we live in community, we live in a house with like 6 other people, so we have to consciously have that time, because we can't just be sitting on the couch and like going really deep when like our roommates might come down. So we have to either if it's like in bed or sometimes I'm like, I feel like we're disconnected, can we just go for a meal and just like connect? So I think you have to be really conscious about setting those boundaries, having that time, and making sure not too many days pass without having a check-in like that.
That's good.
I remember people used to ask us in interviews like, so are you going to daily vlog like when you have kids? And it was at that point, because we'd never really talked about it, but because that was your life, it was like, well, yeah, I film everything.
I
But
wouldn't
then-
film birth. There was always things that I was like, I would never film.
Not the GoPro on.
I'd have already done birth reaction.
Yeah, right. I don't want anyone cut me. Like, okay, I'll just film just me then.
There was probably
Oh,
there was probably a point where you thought you would though. When you were in like the thick of it, you probably did
Yeah.
just think, well,
Yeah,
I
I'll be
film
like,
everything.
yeah,
So,
I'll be like, no, I'll just blur it out.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
but then very quickly, I think it was that thing where you're saying, I don't like this. Okay, fine, I'll take it out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Where you were like, oh yeah, there is like life beyond like the next week, where it's like, how do you? Because no, maybe I don't want to film my kids this like intensely how I've been doing it. So how do I get from this to this in like a way that makes sense?
Well, it's a question for everyone, but especially to you guys. How the heck have you stayed with these chumpies whilst they've been filming every day?
I mean, obviously we haven't talked about the good stuff as well. We've kind of
Yeah.
only been focusing on the bad. Like our life is because of the vlogging. I mean, our vlogs have been travel the whole time, and most of our travels wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for the vlogs. So that, like, I think we're just making it sound like it was just this terrible drain on the relationship, but obviously it did mean we had exciting things all the time, and we went to all these amazing places. So it wasn't,
Yeah.
like, overall, I'm super grateful. And obviously we're YouTubers as well, so, like, we love it, and we do it in our own way. So I don't think it's all negative. I think there were hard things to deal with, but I think we're super lucky to have, like, amazing guys that will listen to us, and in the hard times, like, I know that when it comes down to it, you'll put the camera, I mean, obviously now, but even then, if I'm really upset, like, I do come
I'll just
before.
film like 10 seconds.
Maybe just an iPhone
Yeah.
shot.
I think that's the most important thing. Like,
Yeah.
I think I can say for all of us, the relationship comes first,
Yeah.
ultimately. And some of the times it wasn't like the clearest line, but I think that's what it is. That we just know that in the end, like, we are more important than
Yeah.
the vlog.
Yeah, I
That's
agree
good.
with that. And also, I think it's really, as much as it's so time consuming and such a weird concept when you think about it, it's cool that we can go back and like see the fun days and be like, oh, do you remember when we did that? Or like, do you remember that crazy experience we got to do and we've got it on video? Like, there are positives.
If you share the view that I have, which is that these guys have all done amazingly well to build a healthy relationship, because I get to see, I'm in a privileged position because I get to see your lives closely, sometimes too closely, and yeah, there's many things I could funny stories I could tell, but I've got to see on the the inside of your relationships, and it is healthy, it is good. You guys do what you're saying, you do talk about things, you do work on things, and it's amazing that they've managed to get. Ooh.
Oh,
Nice
it's a
breeze.
Beyonce moment.
Yeah. Nature agrees with us. Yeah, so massive congrats. And guys, if you agree with me, then stick it in the comments as well. You guys have all done. I'll give you a solitary clap because you've done incredibly well. And thanks for letting me join you on this chat.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank
Dave.
you.
One question.
Yeah.
Would you start daily vlogging again tomorrow?
Wait.
Just
why
yes or no?
Why tomorrow?
I don't know.
Why not today?
Carpe diem.
Yeah.
Would you ever do it again?
Yeah.
If you were to say, I wouldn't stop vlogging again now, no, it wouldn't fit my lifestyle. If you were to say you can go back to you being 18 years old, what do you want to do on YouTube? I'd say I'm vlogging 5 years.
Oh, right, yeah. If you like go back in time, would you change anything? No.
Yeah.
But
But
right
not even
now-
change anything. If you could go back and literally just start again, like you don't have to repeat the same thing.
Oh, right.
I would start daily vlogging earlier and do long. Yeah. I
I'm about
loved
to
it.
try it for 30 days.
You're gonna vlog 30
Yeah.
days. Yeah.
In a year,
What happens like this? Don't film me. I'm not in the mood today.
What happens if you just love it and you're like,
Yeah.
I get it.
Next year, me
I
and
want
Zoe
to
are
carry
daily
on.
vlogging.
We're like,
Shit.
we're addicted. And the boys are like, how?
Louis sitting eating his dinner on his own whilst Raya's like getting shots from everywhere.